Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Hosted by Korea Health Industry Development Institute, welcome to BioKorea 2020 Invest Fair. I am announcer Park Seo-jin, today's MC. This event is to introduce pharmaceutical bio and healthcare companies' strategies and visions to potential investors. This session is for i-SENS. i-SENS focuses on blood glucose calculator, and it announces the CureSense, which is a self-test kit, and it is already sold to 100 nations. Let's have a President Nam Hak-hyun of i-SENS. Good to see you, President Nam. So please begin your presentation.
Sure, it is a great pleasure to be able to introduce my company. I'll begin my presentation. First of all, I would like to mention in what kind of sector or what kind of business our company is in, and the market portion, and the fields that we are engaged in. The market i-SENS is in is in vitro diagnostics market. The overall market size of in vitro diagnostics is about 64 billion US dollars, which is a very big market. And among this market, there are various products. But what we're specified in is the blood glucose monitoring, which accounts for 87% of the market. And the rest is point of care testing, which accounts for 13%. So I'll briefly mention the products. As shown on the screen, we have this blood glucose monitoring. It looks very simple, but we have all the high technologies in it. And we have artificial intelligence and high-end IT embedded in this system. And as a next generation device, we have about 1 year left to launch our new product, which is continuous glucose monitoring. We are about to begin our clinical trial. And besides that, as shown on the bottom, we have in vitro device, which can be used for hospitals, and HbA1c analyzer, and electrolyte analyzer, and metabolite, which can monitor metabolistic devices, which is called iSmartCare 10, and we can monitor time of coagulation clotting, which is coag sensor, and we're working on non-face-to-face device, which is a protein analyzer. And until we were equipped with all these devices, we found our company in 2000, so this year marks the 20th anniversary. So our company just became a grown-up, so not missing a single year, we have been keep showing growth, and even amid the coronavirus outbreak, we are still showing growth. So we, i-SENS, is currently working on these items as a portfolio, and our own brands account for 54%, and the rest 46% is covered with OEM and ODM. In the biggest supermarket chain in the United States, Walmart, as well as Sanofi and CVS, we provide our products to these chains, and among those, I would like to stress that in New Zealand, from 2012 to 2020, for the past 8 years, we are the single provider to New Zealand, so the whole New Zealanders can count on us. So we are a very well-performing company. So in terms of blood glucose calculator in Korea, we are taking #1 market share. Take a look at this slide. This shows to which nations and how much sales we are making. And as you can see, in the United States market and European markets, we are performing really well. And also, in the Asian market, we're planning to expand our market. The key strength of our company is the next to talk about. So far, the core business model is BGM, standing for blood glucose monitoring. And the growth engine to be in the future that we're putting a lot of effort is, as I have mentioned before, we have about 1 year to launch our business, which is the continuous glucose monitoring, and the device that we can on-spot analyze thanks to this POCT. And based on these two core devices and growth engine, so far, we are planning to provide our manufacturing factories. We do have this manufacturing facility factories, and all of our products have high strength and are quality control capacities, and our products can expand to any nation in the world and compete over other companies. So based on our biotechnologies and our high-tech IT, so we have all overwhelming performing capabilities. The glucose monitoring business model is next to talk about. And currently, diabetes is one of the biggest problems in the globe, and those nations want to be welfare states. They provide treatment and they um, advise patients to test themselves is diabetes. So amid this coronavirus outbreak, still the number one death reason is diabetes. So namely, diabetes is a very serious disease, and the number of patients by 2045, the number is expected to be 700 million. So in terms of diabetes patients, from their birth or because of genetic reasons, they would be type 1 diabetes patients, and those people who acquired later because of their habits, they become type 2 diabetes patients. And these patients, both from the categories, in order to treat their symptoms well, they have to monitor and calculate their glucose blood sugar level well. So we have this device, and you can attach this device on your skin, which is the continuous device monitor. So in terms of these two, the continuous glucose monitoring, or CGM, as you can see from this slide, you attach this on your scan and you can monitor your condition for 24 hours. And for 14 to 15 days, we can continuously monitor your blood glucose level, and you can see your level. And currently, there are 3 global companies are dominating this market. And we, next year, will become a dark horse to enter this market. And compared to other companies' products, it's small and it's very convenient to attach on your skin, and it's very cost efficient. So in terms of the CGM, the opportunity waiting for us is that by 2021, we will become a strong dark horse next year. And in terms of utility, accuracy, and price, we will be very competitive to become a new market player in this field. And as shown in the slide, in the BGM market, we're currently showing a lot of strength. And if CGM is added to our growth in 2021, then we are likely to see a even rapid growth. And in terms of the blood glucose calculator in the United States, in 2016, there was a new FDA guidance. So they only approved those very accurate blood glucose calculator, and our device currently have the guideline meeting device. And in terms of quality, in terms of Diabetes Technology Society, the DTS randomly collected 18 companies' devices and conducted tests, and all of our devices passed the test. And globally, only 6 devices passed, and 2 of our devices passed it. And even in the United Kingdom, NHS, they recognized and introduced our device as a recommended device. And next is our manufacturing facility. Currently, we can come up with 2.1 billion strips. So we are working on this single shift, and we can provide 2.1 billion strips, which is our capacity. And based on this capability, there are a lot of global partners who want to go through partnership with us, and we can provide our goods. And in Wonju, we have secured 17,000 pyongs in Wonju, which is about 56,000 square meters. So we are ready to provide further products. Next, let's move on to in vitro diagnostics. So what is in vitro diagnostics? You can just get medical information and data from your patients, right next to your patients. The in vitro diagnostics strategy of i-SENS is that to enable those medical doctors to trust our devices, so that the brand name of i-SENS is well recognized, and our devices could be fully recognized and exported to the global market. So I'll move on to explaining the portfolio. The first is the blood electrolyte analyzer. So you can study sodium, potassium, or chloride, among others. You can use this electrolyte analyzer, and we are taking number one in terms of market share in Korea to treat patients. And recently, in 2020, we introduced iSmartCare 10. You can analyze those gases such as CO2, oxygen, and also it can also monitor blood glucose or lactic acid, among others. And these two devices' special features is that they are cartilage shaped, so you can just replace cartilages. So at hospitals, you don't have to worry about maintenance at all. So thanks to that, at hospitals, anyone can easily use this device. Next, the core technology embedded in this is microsensor technology. So it has high accuracy and you can massively produce this. So it's a very overwhelmingly excellent device. So as I have mentioned before, this is the highest strength, which is the biotechnology possessed by us and the high cutting edge IT technologies embedded in this. And moreover, we can monitor HbA1c with A1 Care, and you can analyze urinization and monitor albumin and creatine. So you can monitor and prevent renal disease with this device. So we are currently working on test sales in Korea, and we are exporting in overseas market. And for hospital BGC, we are currently providing these goods to about 70 hospitals in Korea. So it's a very high tech device. And recently we launched a coag sensor, and currently we are providing this to San Francisco in the United States, which is the device of which is PT2. This monitors the time of coagulation clotting and those patients who intake warfarin, which slows down the thrombus. And by monitoring this time, we can help them control their dose. Amid the coronavirus outbreak nowadays, the non-face-to-face analysis or diagnostics is being a trend. So this PT2 is gaining a lot of popularity in the United States. So this will likely to become a new growth momentum or a growing engine for us. And this device is a protein analyzer, and currently, in terms of FDA's cardiovascular biomarker, such as TNI or NT-proBNP, are currently under monitoring process, and it's in the later stage. And for this, the monitoring target, the dose itself is really low. So if we be able to monitor that, analyze it, then we can analyze any other materials or agents. And this device can be used at emergency rooms at hospitals. And if we just slightly modify this device, then we can use these cartilages because those patients can just put their own samples into this cartilage. So if patients input their sample in the cartilage, then based on the received cartilage, we can assess the data. So currently, because of the coronavirus outbreak, nowadays the non-face-to-face diagnostics is a thing, so I think we can utilize this. And in the conventional days, medical doctors had to manually extract samples from patients and use those conventional devices. And those medical doctors had to move to a third place after extracting the samples. So the medical staff had to be exposed to the coronavirus. However, as I mentioned before, those patients can just put their own samples by taking a drop of blood from their fingertips and input that in the cartilage, and we can just receive that and conduct analysis. So we can designate a different room from the medical staff, and just patients can visit the room and do the analysis and leave the room. So this can be used for a non-face-to-face diagnostics. And since the coronavirus is likely to continue to autumn and winter of this year, so we are planning to introduce this to the European and the American market. So we're in the last stage of developing this. For our company, I myself and Chairman Cha Kun-sik, we together founded this company back in our university years. In our university. So we founded this company with our graduate school students, and at a small lab, it began with as a startup, and now we have become a mid-sized company. So we are continuously growing. So right now, me and Chairman Cha are both retired from lecturing at universities, and we're currently focusing on running our business. So we're keep mustering our efforts to make our company a global company. So that was the introduction presentation of i-SENS. Thank you.
All right, we have learned two i-SENS strategies and visions, and we'll look forward to seeing your further advance. Thank you for your presentation, President.